Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mike Hermes at MH Tutorials, and today we're going to do something different. We're going to create a toy plane, so a wooden, kid's toy, that kind of thing. So here we go. I'm going to just get a reference image here. I just found something that we can use to look at. We're not necessarily going to make it exactly like that, but just so we have something as reference. Just going to scale that up a little bit. Okay. All right, let's get started. As you can see, a couple of pretty basic shapes. We got a little cube in the middle here, so we're going to start with that. And I'm going to go through this fairly quick. I'll just hit 5 for shaded mode, so you can see that a bit better. That looks about right. Okay. Now for the wings, another cube. So we're going to drag that out, pull that up a little bit. Looks about okay. We're going to just get these edges here, right click on that, go to edge. I got my soft selection on, that's right guys. Edge, 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 and edge. And let me think, we're going to go to Edit Mesh and hit Bevel. We're going to increase the segments. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, maybe a little bit thinner. So right click, go to object mode, select it, hit R and pull it in just a little bit. Okay. From our top view, we're going to get that little cube in position. So I'll just hit 5 so you can see it better. There we go. Hit W, move that up, and move that in. Actually, I'm going to set these translate values to 0 to make it a bit easier. There we go. I'll do the same for that one. And there we go. And these translated values, you just select the object, go into your attribute editor, hit Control A to get there. And if you select your polycube, you got the translate values here. Okay. So from the top, that's okay. Now from this view here, from the side view, we need to pull that up a little bit. So that's sitting on top. And I think we're gonna, well, actually the cube looks okay, not too bad. All right, so what else? We'll take our reference image and push that out a little bit so it's not in our way. Now we got a couple of wheels that are connected to the little cube here. So let's create a couple of those. We're going to select a polygon cylinder like that. Pull that up. Hit E to flip that over to exactly 90 degrees. We're going to, let me think, for the caps, we're going to set that to 4, like that. And now we're going to tweak that a little bit. So, first I'm going to increase the axis a bit. It's too clunky. That's better. All right, right click on that, go to edge, select one edge. I need to fix something really quick, guys. Hang on. Something weird is going on here. That's my marquee select. There we go. Don't mind that. There we go. These annoying yellow dots are gone. Okay. All right. So where were we? Okay. So right click, edge, select that one, shift select that one, and do the same at this end. We're going to go to Edit Mesh and we're going to hit Bevel. Increase the segments. That looks about right. And we're going to right click, go to Face, select that, shift double click that, Edit Mesh, Extrude, hit W, and we're going to actually, yeah, we're going to pull that out a bit like that. And we're going to go to edge again, select, no idea why that happens. Oh, never mind. Okay. I just want to make it too fancy, I think. Okay, what we can do is we can select the wheel, shift right click. I have to go to object mode first. Object mode, select the wheel, shift right click and hit smooth. Okay. And actually we get a pretty neat effect here in the wheel. Cool. All right. Now we're going to position that. So we're going to hit W. We're going to move that in. Let's check on it from this view here. Move that in. Move that down a little bit. Actually, we need to stretch that one out. Otherwise, our wheels will be inside our wing. Okay, now we can grab our wheel, sorry. Just tweak that a little bit. Hit R, scale it down just a bit. Pull it up again. Okay, wheel looks good. Control D to duplicate that, move it over here, and hit E and flip it over 90 degrees, like that. Let's check if we're at 180, sorry, 180, there we go. And hit W and push that in, there we go. Let's check from the side view to see if we are positioned okay. Hit 4 for wireframe mode and move that in, there we go. So where we are so far, we got our wing, we got that section there, okay. Now for the main body of the plane, we're going to create a cylinder like that. I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to flip it to 90 degrees initially. Let's see, there we go. To 90. We're going to roughly put that in place. So we got an idea of length, etc. So for my top view, I'm just going to hit F to zoom in a bit. That doesn't look too bad. Just going to hit R to scale it out just a little. Okay. Check for my side view. So pull it up a little bit. As you can see, it's a bit small, so we're going to scale that a bit more. That looks a bit better. W to pull that up. There we go. We're going to check from our side view to see what that looks like. Okay, obviously we need to stretch that a bit, like that. Hit W and push it back to about here. Maybe we're going to shorten that later on, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay. Now we're going to address the front part of the plane. We're going to bevel that edge. So right click on that edge. Actually, you can see it's still a bit clunky. So we're going to go back to our object view. And we're going to increase that to 60 to make it nice and round. There we go. Right click on that, go to edge, select that one, shift double click that one, go to edit mesh and hit bevel. Crank up the segments, and that looks pretty good. All right, not too bad. Okay. Now for the tail of the plane, we need to adjust the size a bit. So we're going to click on that edge, shift double click on that edge. We're going to hit R to scale that in. Let's see what that's looking like. Maybe a bit more. And from my side view, from my side view, I'm going to hit W and I'm going to push that up because I want the top section to be level, something like that. Okay. Let's see what we got. Now let's study the back end a bit. Okay, as you can see, the till section is sticking in there. So we're going to bevel that as well. Okay, we're going to go to Edit Mesh and Bevel. Not too much. I got some little issue down here. Just going to back trace a couple of steps. Not really a lot going on, apparently. We'll just try that again. Right click, go to vertex, drag select those, W, and push that up straight. That should look and be okay. Yeah. All right, now we can bevel it. So we're going to go to our perspective view. Right click on that, go to edge, select one, double click on the next one, edit mesh and bevel. And we're not going to make that one too round, so we're going to crank the offset down a lot to about 0.13, something like that. Looks good. Now we're going to put a little till section in here. So we're going to select the front one, hit Control D, hit W to move that back. Okay. It looks like now it's time to rotate this. I'm just going to move this out for a second. Okay, as you can see, this should be horizontal to that. So now that this is shapes, we're going to hit E to rotate this. We're going to go to the front view, and we're going to start to get that more level. Hit W to pull that down. That looks about right. Okay. Okay, got that. Now we can move this in. And as you can see in the example, it's sticking out a bit. Okay. So we're going to pull that down. We're going to hit E to rotate that a little bit. Not too much. W to push that up. And a little bit inside of the plane, like that. Okay. Now, it's obviously too long, so we're going to hit R, and we're going to push that in a lot. And we're going to make that a bit thinner. Looks okay, I think. Let's check from all views. All right, not too bad. Now, we're going to select that little piece there. Hit Control D. Hit E to rotate it. Let's check our angle. It should be -90, like that. We're going to check it from, actually that's tricky to see. We'll just do it here. Hit W, move that up. Should be okay. Okay, and now we're going to have these two selected, go to Mesh and Combine, and we're going to hit E, and we're going to rotate that, tilt that a bit backwards, like that. Hit W, and move that in a bit. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. And let's push that out just a bit. Okay, got that. Let's see, what else? Okay, so we need the little guy inside the cockpit. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to create an opening for the guy. So we're going to create a sphere. We're going to pull that up and pull that in. Let's check from my top view to see where we're at. He should be about somewhere like that. Okay, a little bit back. That looks about right. Okay. Now we're going to select the ball, shift select the main hull, go to mesh, boolean and difference. Oops, wrong way around. Select the hull, shift select the ball, go to mesh, booleans and hit difference. There we go. And now we're going to create a little ball to represent the pilot. And we're just going to drop that in that hole. There we go. Something like that. And we're going to put them in there. All right, so we got that. So now we have the propeller. That's what we're going to do next. And for that, we're going to, let me think. We're going to create a polygon cylinder. Pull that out in the grid. We're going to go to our polycylinder shape, and we're going to select round cap for that. And we're going to increase the number of caps to actually make that round. Okay. And we're going to hit E, lay that over so it's flat. Check that we're at 90 degrees, minus 90 in this case, like that. We're going to hit F to zoom in a bit. And we're going to hit R to flatten that down, something like that. Okay, something like that. Then we're going to, what we're going to do is this. We made that flat. We're going to hit B for soft select. Now we need to insert a edge loop first. Okay, we're going to do that here. So hit F to zoom in, edit mesh, insert edge loop tool. Make sure you're approximately in the middle there. Okay. We're going to go back to our perspective view, right click, go to face, drag select the top part, all of that, switch back to our perspective view in full, and now we're going to hit E, and we're going to twist that, and we're going to do the same here. Hopefully that is going okay. Yeah, that looks about right. I'll try that here again. Okay. All right. So we got that. We're going to put a little prop holder in place, so to speak. So we're going to drag a little pen out here. We're going to rotate it to roughly 90 degrees. And we're going to move that into our plane. Hit W. Let's see if we can eyeball that a bit. Check from our various views. Yeah, push that back and hit F to zoom in, and that has to be at an angle as well, so we're going to make sure that it's aligned somewhat. Okay, we're going to take our prop here, right click on it, go to object mode, select that, hit W, pull that up, pull that in, go to our front view here. We need to rotate that first, so hit E and rotate that to -90. Hit W to move that down and in. And we're going to hit R and we're going to stretch it out a bit. Looks about right. Let's check it from this view here. Hit W, move that in, and we're going to rotate the whole thing so it's aligned with, actually we can push that in a bit, hit W. Okay, now let's see if this prop is big enough, because it looks, actually it doesn't look too bad. We're going to zoom in a bit. Let's see how that looks. Not too bad. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to twist our prop a bit. So from this angle here, make sure that my central pivot is in the middle, and it is. Hit E. Give it just a little bit more playful look, so to speak. Okay, so now we're going to apply some textures. So I'm going to select my two wheels, my guy and my prop. Right click, assign new material. I'm going to go with a Lambert. For the color, I'm going to click on the checker box and I'm going to select wood, like that. Hit 6 for texture mode, there we go. I'm going to select my various plane parts, like that. Right click on it, assign new material, Lambert, change that to red. And by now I can get rid of my image there. We're going to create, first of all I'm going to combine this, select the whole plane, mesh, combine. Hit W, pull it up a bit. We're going to create a quick ground plane here. And I'm going to move that in a bit. Something like that. And we're going to set our plane on top of our ground plane. If I can see it, that is. Let's see. This is a bit better view. There we go. And I want it to be at the right angle. So let's see. Okay, I need to move both up a bit. My ground plane is not level with my grid. And it is now. That's better. Okay. So now I can rotate my plane so that it's resting, if you will. Let's see how that looks. Not too bad. Okay. I'm going to apply some material to my ground plane. Assign new material. I'll go with a Fong E. Change that to white. And we're going to throw in some quick lights. So create lights, point light. Hit W, pull that up. Look at it from my top view. So I want one about here. Hit Control D. And I want one over here. And I want this one slightly lower. Okay. Shift select both lights. And in my point light shape, I'm going to go to shadows. Use depth map shadows. Let's zoom in on our little plane here, like that. Okay, now let's go to our render settings. I'm going to go with middle array. You don't have to, but that's just my preference. I'm going to crank up the quality to about 1.25. I'm going to increase my image size to about AC 1080. And I'm going to hit render, and you guys don't have to wait for that. So what I'll do is I'll just pause the video and I'll be back when the render's done. So hang on a sec. Well, there we go, guys. There's the final render of our toy airplane. Hope the tutorial was helpful in some way. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to subscribe, that would be really appreciated. And see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.